Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure in the sense of a company that your company becomes a better version of itself on a daily basis. And I, as the HR consultant and business advocate, is here to help you do just that. We are going to get into the second part of our topic. We're discussing streamlining recruitment, step-by-step guide for solopreneurs and business owners wanting to build their teams. Of course, guys, we're about to jump in, but before we do that, let me give you a little time to get in the room. Stay tuned. Hey there, beautiful people. This is Mentor Shelley, the HR consultant, here to help you solopreneurs get your teams built. Let them make sure they get built the right way. So we're going to jump straight on in here. Of course, as you're coming in, go ahead and drop a like. Share this with a fellow business owner that you know can benefit from this information. I will definitely say hello. I promise I won't bite. I just want to make sure that you get things moving. We get things moving in the right direction this tonight. All right. So today, depending on when you're watching this. And of course, last week we talked about streamline recruitment step by step for solopreneurs as they are building their team. We want to make sure they build them the right way. We did touch on last week's the step-by-step guide to recruiting smartly when you are starting off in business. We did talk about, number one, defining the role clearly. This is where, as I said to you guys before, if you are looking to get started in this area and you're a business owner, you want to define what you want the person to do clearly. And if you're doing this yourself and you want to get some help to start that process, you can go to mentorshelley.com/HR cons, which is right at the top left-hand corner of the screen, and you can go ahead and download and grab that free guide. If you want us to work on that together, then we can definitely do that in a consultation, and you can schedule your consultation in the same place. The grab the guide button is the last button on that page, and the first button on that page is to schedule your HR consultation with me. So, of course, the first thing we encourage you to do is define that role clearly, and you can use that guide, or we can work on that together as well. Number two, choosing the right hiring platform where you can pick from depending on what type of help you'll need. Are you hiring an employee? Are you hiring someone part-time? Are you hiring them on a project basis? Or are you hiring an independent contractor to do the job or to help you build your business? So depending on what type of employee or what type of contractor you are procuring, then that will determine where you look for them. Of course, you can check the video that we talked about last week, and that gets into more detail here. Of course, number three, filtering out the candidates based on business need. You sort through, you use the applicant tracking system or simple spreadsheets. You may not have that yet, and if you want to start off with that, that's something we can discuss when you schedule a consultation with me at mentorshelley.com/HR cons. Look for relevant experience, internships, volunteer work, paying attention to soft skills and adaptability on the resume, because you won't know sometimes if they really have those skills until you have the conversation with the candidates. And of course, I do talk about you procuring my services. Now, let's jump into the second portion of Streamline Recruiting. Number 4, conducting structured interviews. It is great. The great interviews lead to great hires. Instead of winging it, please don't wing it. I know you're smart with business that's why you're at the place you're at as a business owner. But make sure that you have a structured process in place. Please make sure you have at least 5 to 7 core questions. I would go with more than that because you want to make sure that that person that you're interviewing has the skills, experience, and is a cultural fit for where you're going in business. This may be your first employee, but you want it to be the right employee. So it's important to come up with core questions. If you're working with me as an HR consulting client, then I will definitely go over with you what questions to ask depending on what business need you're looking to fill. Evaluate the communication skills and problem solving in real time. As you are interviewing, whether you're doing it over the computer as is pictured here, or you're doing it face to face, or you're doing it over the phone, listen for cues, making sure that the person that you are interviewing has the right stuff, right? They're the person that's going to understand your needs and be able to execute accurately and to execute in the way that you see fit based on your particular business needs. So it's important to have a structured interview process and don't wing the questions I wouldn't say don't wing the questions. Have your structured questions, but also depending on where the interview or how they respond to it, then you may come up with additional questions on the spot to clarify some of the responses they give you. As a business owner, you can pick up on cues, not necessarily just what they say, but how they say it, tone of voice. If you're doing a video interview, then you can watch nonverbal language. That'll also be a way for you to cue in on the type of person you're interviewing. So it's important to conduct your structured interview and be prepared and have those questions ready. Step number 5, make sure you're making a smart hiring decision. Once you've interviewed the candidates, please don't rush this decision. Now is a good time to start. Now would be a time to start comparing notes. Let's say you did 4 or 5 interviews, right? And and you have the same criteria for all 4 people that you interviewed. Based on who's the best fit for your business, do they have the proper experience? Can they do the job well? Are they a cultural fit? Do they align with your business values? Are they reliable? Can you count on them long term? Does the responses you get in the interview, is their background that's documented on a resume? Are they reliable? Sometimes you may have to do some additional work, which is check their references. When you interview them, you also ask them for a list of references. So you can ask those type of questions when you reach out to their reference. Now, be careful here. This is also where I would help to guide you as to what questions you are able to or not able to ask when you're checking references. You do not want to fall into the bounds of asking inappropriate and illegal questions to the references that they give you. So that's also something that I work with you one-on-one to make sure you're doing. If you're torn between 2 strong candidates, you actually can hire on a trial basis if you so choose. If you have if you have the room and bandwidth to be able to manage that process. What I would also suggest you do is maybe do an additional interview or ask a couple more questions to clarify if you have 2 strong candidates, so you can decipher which one based on their responses and based on how they react or act towards the additional interview or the additional meeting. Then you can use that as well as a way to decipher who you choose. Okay. Let's see here. Step number 6, onboarding effectively for long-term success. Keep in mind, folks, yes, you may have found the right candidate. Yay! But onboarding them the proper way absolutely matters, because you can have the best candidate in the world and you don't give them the proper information or the proper training, or you don't onboard them properly you don't prepare them or give them the tools for success, they're going to ultimately fail because you didn't give them what they needed to be successful in the new position that you've hired them for. Please, if you don't do anything else, set clear expectation. Make sure it's documented and it's explained verbally in the onboarding process. Provide the necessary tools and training. This is also where, as an HR consultant, I work together with you as a business owner to develop the proper training, to provide the proper tools so that when that person starts, they can hit the ground running and truly help your business thrive. There's nothing like, if you're going to have a meal, make sure you have the food on a plate and you have a knife and fork or chopsticks, depending on what type of food you're eating. So you have the proper tools to handle the proper tasks. Make sure you're providing the necessary tools and training so they're able to function at an optimal level once you hired them. Okay. Also, schedule weekly check-ins up to the first 90 days. So you make sure that you are guiding their employment or guiding their working relationship with you in the right direction. Make sure the objectives that you've set, the expectations that you set, are being followed and possibly exceeded. Okay. An effective onboarding process ensures your new hire becomes a productive team member faster and with fewer roadblocks. Okay. Step 6 is so important. And if you do not have the time, I know a lot of business owners, especially ones that are growing and have been doing it by themselves all this time. I know this is not an easy thing to do. This is where I come in as an HR consultant. I work with you as my client, as a business owner client. We develop from soup to nuts, from the job description that we'll develop for this new person all the way to the proper onboarding and the proper training. I take that load off of you as a business owner to make sure that you're functioning optimally in business, and that whenever you hire, then I can help you to onboard your people correctly so they can hit the ground running faster with fewer, hopefully no roadblocks. Okay. And that is pretty much the steps that we want to follow to go from I need a person to I have a person and they're going to thrive in this position that I'm hiring them for. Now, do you want to do all of this yourself? I ask this question all the time because I want to make sure that you have what you need. And if you want to do it all yourself, then you can follow these steps, and you can also grab the guide at mentorshelley.com/HR cons. You can click on the grab the guide button on that page. If you want, go ahead and grab that guide if you want to do that yourself. However, if you want me to help you do that, okay? Hiring does not have to be a hassle, folks. It really doesn't. You've worked hard, and I want your business to thrive. If I'm a business advocate, so I definitely want your business to thrive. So start off with the free. Start off with your free job analysis guide. Sorry about that, guys. I have someone giving me a call here while we're working on this. While we're meeting here, and you've worked hard to build your business. Now it is time to grow your team the right way without a lot of costly mistakes. And I want you to start off the right way. So go ahead and grab the guide if you're going to be doing this yourself. However, if you're serious about going to the next level in your business the right way, and you are ready to make the necessary changes to streamline your business for success, not just in the recruiting space, but also with making sure that you have processes in place to make sure your business is running smoothly. Whether you hire one person or 5 people, there is a set of standard operating procedures helping you to run your business smoothly with less hiccups and making sure things that you need are getting done. Okay? If you're ready for that, then go ahead. Let me tell you what it is that I will help you with once you have procured my services, once we have made a decision to work together as a team. As an HR consultant, here's what you can expect and I will do for you. Let me handle that for you. I create a custom job job description that attracts the right type of assistant, the right type of business manager, the right type of assistant for you, depending on the position you're looking for. Even if it's an independent contractor, I can help you with that as well. I screen and interview your candidates, so you only need to meet the best ones. I also ensure that all your hiring and compliance onboarding is set up correctly, including payroll. I make sure you don't waste time or money with the wrong hire, because that will cost you a lot more than you think. It'll cost you time, which you can't get back, and it will cost you money that you could have kept to build the business further. And in order for you to do that, you can go ahead and go to schedule a consultation with me to get our relationship started. You can go to calendly.com/mentor Shelly 3 and pick the HR consultation to go ahead and schedule that consultation with me. Or you can go to mentorshelly.com/HR cons and click schedule your HR consultations, and we'll take you here. I want to make sure you have what you need to become a better business and stronger business. But in order to do so, when your business is growing, you want to put things in place, and you want to be able to hire the right way the first time. Of course, this is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that your business is growing daily, and you want to make sure that you're doing that. And I'm here to help you do just that. Of course, if you have additional questions, you can go to mentorshelly.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message, and I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours, as long as it's taking less than 5 minutes to answer that question. If it's more than that, you're going to have to schedule a consultation. All right, guys, of course, as you're going out, go ahead and like the video, share it with a fellow business owner, and comment, or you can ask your questions below below the video as well. This is Mentor Shelly, wanting to make sure that your company becomes a better version of itself daily, because you are using the right tools and you're putting the right processes in place for optimal success. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.